Alright guys, so a quick discussion on the soft caps for stats. But a note, I put on the hard leather boots and gauntlets. They're very slightly higher physical defense, with overall better resistances except a bit less fire, but hopefully we won't be dealing with too much fire coming up. For the stats, to explain soft caps, all the stats give you limited returns after a certain point. It varies from stat to stat, and on certain stats there are like tiers, where you'll get a big boost at early levels, a lesser boost for a certain range of levels, and then beyond that just a low amount of bonus. So we're going to go over them one by one. For Vigor, the soft cap starts at 20. From 0 to 20 you get 30 HP for every level that you put into Vigor. After that you get, I believe, 20 up until level 50, and then below level 50 I think you only get something like 5, something really low, piddling. I usually don't take it past 20. At that point you should be investing in better equipment and upgrading that equipment with Titanite, and that will give you more defense, which translates much better as a return on your investment. For Endurance, I think there's only a level 20 soft cap. You get, I believe, 2 points of stamina for every level up to 20, and then beyond that it's just 1. So for both of these, on most builds, unless you really are using a really hungry weapon, I would just say 20 on bolts. For Vitality, there's... I always get this one wrong, but the problem is that it's a new stat that wasn't in the old game, and it's completely different. I want to say 29 is the first cutoff, and then I think 49 or 50 is the second cutoff. Basically, up to 29 you get a lot of equipment load, beyond that you get less, and then past 70 you get almost nothing. Attunement, there are a lot of tiers for it. I know it's 10, 13, 16, and 20 each give you another spell slot. You also get bonuses to casting speed. There's also a hidden bonus that attunement gets that varies per spell. As your attunement gets higher, you'll get extra casts on your spell, which can be really useful, but it takes a big investment of attunement. I'm not sure. Like I said, it varies from spell to spell, and so it's not worth getting into the details of it. For the 4 damage stats, Strength, Dex, Int, and Faith, there is a soft cap of 40, and then a second lesser soft cap at 50. From 0 to 40 you get a big bonus, from 40 to 50 you get a lesser bonus, and then beyond 50 you get barely anything. I usually suggest, unless you have a weapon that requires more than 40, to not bother early on, although later on, once your other stats are at a comfortable level and you've got nothing else to pump stats into, there's no reason not to keep going. We're not going to be going into the other magic types much, but I might as well make mention. There are 4 basic types of magic. There are sorceries, which are purely based on int. There are miracles that are purely based on faith, and then there is pyromancy and hexes. Pyromancy scales off of the combination of your intelligence and faith, and the cap for that is a total of 60 of intelligence and faith put together. Hexes are different. Hexes scale off the lowest stat you have between intelligence and faith. If, say, your intelligence is at 30 and your faith is at 10, it's like casting hexes with just level 10 in the stat. But the soft cap for hexes is, I believe, 30. So if you have 30 int and 30 faith, you will max out the damage on your hexes. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. Adaptability is weird. It doesn't really have a soft cap so much as it has a varying effect on your agility based on your attunement. The less attunement you have, the more your adaptability will boost agility. Of course, it also raises lots of your defenses, which can be useful. But agility is something that we're going to aim for about 100 in. At different levels of agility, it increases the amount of invulnerability frames on your rolls and on your backsteps. At 99 agility, you get what I believe is 40% of a second worth of invulnerability every time you roll. And at 100 agility, you get a third of a second invulnerability when you do your backstep like that, which can be really useful because of the backstep weak attack combo we're just doing right now, which can be really good to get an enemy during their counter window. Anything else I should cover? I think I've already made mention. Your casting speed is mostly governed by your attunement, but I believe that you also boost casting speed by putting points into interface at a much lower level. Everything else in here? Yeah, I think we've covered everything. So yeah, that's SOTFS. The wiki's your friend as always. I've still not totally hammered out this build, but what I think we're going to be aiming for is 20 vigor, 20 endurance, whatever vitality we need for our equipment load to keep it under 50%. I think we're going to go up to 13 attunement just so that we can get another spell slot for a little bit of extra survivability. We're going to go for 40 strength, and then once we've hit that attunement, we are going to be putting a few more points into adaptability, just enough to get 100 agility. Alright, so that's everything, guys. Thank you for watching, as always. Peace out.